Our final presenter is Benny Subki, who's the Director of Logistics at the Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries here. And he'll talk to us about scaling technologies and supply chain operations and enabling market access. Thank you, Benny.
Yes, thank you. Terima kasih, Pak. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Benny Subki from the Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries, and trying to make as simple as possible the presentation to see more feedbacks on how we are doing some of the regulation and the policy. So our title of the presentation today is about how our Director General about to enhance the competitiveness of the fisheries and marine products through the traceability of the fisheries products nationally. So our job in the Directorate of Logistics is to manage as smooth as possible and to connect between the downstream and upstream, to also strengthen the system with the policy that we are doing together with the local governments from province and agencies, and of course with the industries and all related stakeholders. So this is what the Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries nationally comments and start the policy to execute the marine and fisheries regulation, what we call economy biru or blue economy policy, and we translated the strategies of the blue economy policies into 5 actions. The first is marine protected area to reach the expansion up to 30% from the total of the water territory. Number 2 is about the implementing the quota-based fishing activity. This is maybe some of you have heard about this quota-based fishing activity, changing the capture regime from the pre-production to the post-production in terms of how the government getting the output or outcome from the fisheries activities. Number 3 is development of sustainable aquaculture, then continued to managing the coastal and small islands, and last is the managing the plastic waste through Bulan Cinta Laut program. We conduct 1 month full with all fishermen locally to clean the coastal areas from the waste, especially from the plastic waste. This is a very large data, I think, but this may be also interesting to some of you about the global seafood market and how the position of the Indonesian position to the global market. So in Indonesia, in terms of the exporting fisheries products, our first commodity is still shrimp and tuna, squid, and octopus and crabs, also increasing in terms of the demands from the international markets. And we studied it and observed between 2019, even during the pandemic event, 2 years or 2.5 years, until today. Today we see the growth is quite promising for some of the commodities that we bought in this table. If we spoke in terms of the domestic fish consumption by main island, so I think most of you know Java is the most populated island in Indonesia, not only as the most populated area, but also most of the industries are located in Java. This includes the fisheries industry. So from there, we can make sure that the demand until today still centered how to fulfill Java consumptions and the industry. But through the Blue Economy Program in the future, and we are doing now, we are shifting to make the new economic growth centers in the some of or many points of the area outside Java. So we try to connect and to make and to establish the production area and to the upstream and the downstream into one or close point. So I think three of previous slides that I have shown that I hope that this can give you in general how in capture fisheries in Indonesia growth and also how we are now trying to improve, but also during the last 5 years we also establishing what we call it Sistem Logistik Ikan Nasional in Indonesia, or National Fish Logistics System. So this is also by regulation followed the presidential decree. We have President's Decree number 26 of 2012, what we called as Sistem Logistik Nasional or National Logistics System. And our ministry have translated in 2014, and the most recent regulation, what we call it as the Ministry Decree of the National Fisheries Logistics System. So until now, if you Googling or you search in Indonesia, we don't have yet a national logistic for meat or for corn or for any other commodities besides fish. So in Indonesia, we have a national fisheries logistics system, or we call it in Indonesia, SLIN. For women, they call it SLIM, Sistem Logistik Ikan Nasional. So this SLIN is a fishery product supply chain management system, but also provide information between upstream and downstream. We manage it through Pusdatin, or the Center of the Data, Statistic and Information within the ministry. And we, of course, combining it with many partnerships and cooperation with NGO, with industries and with stakeholders, mostly those who support small industry and small fisheries activities. So that's why we nationally we put concern or focus on three beside other totally during the first year of the development of this system. We have 7, but then we compress it into 3, which is commodity, region, and connectivity. So we are sure with these 3 pillars we can build nationally the implementation of this system with the most current policy on the blue economy. This is, I think, common sense of the how we do the national logistic or the fisheries logistic management activities. From the zoning, pre-production, we have 11 fisheries zone management, then becoming 6 now in terms of the quota based. We have 6 zones on the quota based. So there are 1 or 2 zones that consist of more than 1 fisheries zone management. So the zoning is the first, and the measurements and the data, the production data, the time, the duration, the season, and also, of course, the fish species are also put into the consideration into the system before we execute the production up to reaching the distribution and consumers and this industry, whether it is to fulfill local or domestic, to increase our national consumption number on fisheries, and also to increase our export target. We have Stellina. Pak Farid is the man with the hat. I've been working with him many years, and I think we have a very good result on the ocean project. Then we use support the Stellina implementation, and we have also Ibu Yanti here. Bu Yanti, terima kasih. We've been together working how to test the implementation of the Stellina and put it in the system in the Center of Data and Statistic Information in the ministry together with the industries. Yeah. Of course, since we are from the government, everything has to be referred to the regulation. So this is the most recent regulation, but we are now in the last or the final quarter of 2023. We are making a new economic narration or the new studies to improve it. So I was very happy to see the previous presentation from SC and also the first on other presentation and how we can together work to build this together into the reaching the sustainable fisheries. This is what we are doing now. Of course, we hope during the first and or second quarter of 2024, we will enhance this system to make it more simple, especially more than 90% of our fishermen are small and micro, so very small fishermen, but then they also getting fish from the water. So this also can be one of our challenge, how to make this trackable and traceable. So we've been together with academic, researchers, scientists, and also industries to test and also to combine with different, making testing with different application in the different fish factory. Some of the results have been, we see the good results, and we see the connection between how the government establish the system and how the real industries they also improving the system on their own. It doesn't move. So of course we see there are some opportunities and area of partnerships and discussion in this room. At least we have 7 now. We have identified 7. So participation for small-scale fisheries actors. This maybe because the actors are large number in Indonesia between Sabang and Merauke from the west to the east. We have more than 1.3 million fishermen in Indonesia registered. We see and we are sure that in reality can be more than the number. So registration of fish farmers, that includes also the aquaculture activities, and also we are also have to consider and implement the incentive for the small-scale fisheries. Number 2, on how fish processors have been manually implemented internal traceability. So we see the additional efforts and costs may be incurred in a wider application of the traceability system. So This also, we work with the local government on how the local government can support the fishermen or the aquaculture actors on their area in terms to fulfill the traceability. Then they can join more in the global digital market. Number 3, harmonization of fisheries registration in central and local government, and this has already regulated under the ministerial decree, and it's been going well in 2 years in 7 provinces, Jakarta, North Sulawesi, South Sulawesi, and other provinces, but not all, but we try based on the budget to fulfill up to 34 provinces in the coming 3 years. Partnership on traceability for importing and exporting countries. Number 4, we have new regulation, especially in importing. Presidential Decree number 32 of the year of 2022. We call it Neraca Komoditas. Is a commodity balance, so it governs the export and the import in different ministry. We call it system, the national system of the balanced commodity, governed by Ministry of Finance, and each of the sectoral ministry having the partnerships or regulating the activities of exporting and importing should use this system, what we call it, Sistem Nasional Neraca Komoditas, or national system of the commodity balance. Number 5, using friendly and efficient technology, especially for small-scale fisheries, and of course, capacity building across the board for small-scale fisheries, processors, and marketers. So I think this is the issue of the social engineering and the dissemination and also the socialization to the people in the fisher village. Incentivizing small-scale fisheries actors and processor for implementing this. I think the issue of the budget also can arise, but I think in terms of the cooperation and partnerships, we can work together in the future to build the small-scale fisheries, especially to understand more about the great importance of the, for instance, COC or the trackability, and how they can in the future join more in the global digital market. Thank you very much.